everyone, and welcome to this video. Obviously I wasn't here to really film any of the updates that went on. Well, I was here, but I just chose not to film. I just chose to enjoy the event for what it was. And over that time I've picked up some tips that I think will be helpful to you guys, because the Western event is such a big event and there's so much to do. I figured, hey, why not go through everything and give you guys some of my tips for easy gold extractions, lunging, pretty much everything. So we are going to go ahead and get started. So let's go. So right off of the bat, we're going to start off with lunging. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this. So obviously I'm using a maxed horse because with an unmaxed horse, it's a little bit more challenging. Because the keys are kind of reversed here. So I have to... Yeah, see, like sometimes they'll just speed up because they can. Like, you have to, like, really focus, because it can change in a second. But, I mean, it's kind of like a love-hate relationship thing, so I don't like how the keys are reversed. But I guess it's meant to make it feel like, oh, kind of like if you were to work like an actual lunge whip. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet. Alright, so next is kind of like my one of two of my inner secrets of how to get lots of gold. So this big strip of beach is how I pretty much avoid wolves for pretty much 99%. So I will start out here, and I'll show you on the map. I work my way all the way down here, turn around, and then come all the way back. But I'm going to show you guys how it works. Alright, so we got some gold lying around. Now sometimes this will happen, so hold on, let me get this one last piece of gold. Is that there will be a mining stone right up here on the ridge, kind of where the wolves are, kind of not. I think you just kind of have to use your smarts with this, so that way you're not really running into wolves. We come back down here and scour the rest of the beach. Alright, so when you come to this point here, you'll obviously notice some wolves are over there. So just very slowly make your way and drop down here. That's the way I choose to do it. Of course, be watchful for wolves when they're kind of around. Alright, so gonna run around here. So sometimes if there's like no wolves, I'll just go ahead and just grab the gold piece. But if there are wolves around, I try just not even to bother, because you will get enough just by running back and forth on the beach. And sometimes you'll get items like keys or herd lures or beast repellent. So when it comes to coming back up here, I'm just very careful to stay near the edge as much as possible. Alright, so we'll run one more time on the beach back here. Because as you can see, as soon as you make it to the end, there's more spawning. And there's one up there. We are going to do that one. But I want to do this one first. Alright, so there's a wolf there. So whenever I'm in an area where there are wolves, I will look to the left to me, look to the right. I would say as long as they're like about like right where my arrow is, I'm okay grabbing gold. And obviously the wolf is right there, so I'm going to go ahead and try to be fast. I'm really not concerned if I get all the gold, as long as I get some. But if I can get all the gold, great. So I try to be very quick when there are wolves around. I just try to be vigilant, keep on your toes, and be ready to run at any second. Or have tons of beast repellents, because that'll come in handy too if you have like a ton of those. So see, I see a gold nugget piece, but I'm looking around, making sure no wolves are there, and we run away. Very just quick in and out. Alright, so my next spot for mining gold is actually the Grove Red String Trail. Yes, there's actually quite a few mining spots that spawn here, so I just will go around for hours just doing the entire trail, and I get gold. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna run through it like maybe once or twice so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and get started. You can see there are gold nuggets up here. Not as many as you would find down by the beach, but they still spawn. And sometimes even herding lures spawn, which is great. But this is pretty much like the wolf-free, even more 99.9% way to do it. And forgive me if I sound sleepy, I am very tired. This is like my first day back to like making videos, so. Alright, so we're not seeing any so far, but that's okay. Because they'll eventually like spawn and pure up. As the more it's basically the more you do it, the more they'll pop up. It's kind of the science behind it. Alright, so what I pretty much do is come around here. And yes, there are wolves you do have to avoid back here. But there's not as many. There's like 3, so you kind of just have to play it smart. But I will come back down this way. Check over here, because sometimes they do actually spawn in this area. Sometimes they spawn over here too. I think I saw one spawn here once. And see, here we go. We're gonna come around here again. And more will spawn. It sometimes just needs like a round to like wake up, like, oh hey, you're gonna be around here, so I will just naturally spawn with gold geodes and you can mine them. Alright, we're coming back down this way. I think we'll do it one more time just to see if any more spawn. But normally it like spawns like 3, 4, 5 on like one trail. Alright, so here we go. Got a couple gold pieces. Alright, so now we have like 500 gold. So let's see how much the trail kind of leads up to. Alright, so here's another geode rock we can mine. So now I'm going to give you guys some tips when finding Renegade chests if you're still looking for them. I already got my reward. I'm not going to say what it is because no spoilers, or show what it is because again, no spoilers. But when it comes to finding Renegade chests, I find it's better to use a set of headphones so you're listening, and make sure you don't have any music playing in the background. Like external from Star Stable. Obviously have everything going on that Star Stable that needs to, the music, the sound effects, and the ambiance. So I'm going to there's actually one right up on this ridge, so I'm going to show you how I approach or can find the Renegade chests. And there are wolves around, so I'm going to try and add that in there. So I try not to go too fast. I'll like start at a canter. Alright, so see, there's a wolf walking. So we're gonna just kind of lean back here. So you hear that like sparkly sound? I'm gonna back up to the point where you can't. Alright, so I'm about quite a few feet away. So the wolf's gonna come. He's gonna walk. I don't know how far he's walking. I think he's walking around that pine tree. Alright, so once he gets around here, we're going to start making our way very slowly. Kind of want to stick to the edge here. Kind of survey our options, look to the left. And we're going to stop right where this gold nugget is. Alright, so see there's another wolf right over there. So we're gonna walk this way. Look in the back of us, make sure no wolves are sneaking up behind us. We're just gonna stop right here. Let the wolf make its way around. We're gonna point ourselves to right where the wolf's path is, but not to the point where he can see us. Alright, so we click yes. But yeah, you definitely want to have your headphones on for the sound, because sometimes even the background noise that's going on wherever you are will kind of mask it. So headphones are definitely the way to go if you have a set and you're trying to like find renegade chests. That's definitely my recommendation to you guys. Alright, so if you guys haven't noticed, the For Grove races do offer 3 summer tokens each. So 9 summer tokens that you get for all 3. So we're going to go ahead and do this race because they did change the wolves to where they'll just stand there and howl at you. They won't chase you. So I figured, hey, just show you guys in case you guys didn't know. Alright, so. And there's a horse. That'll be my next thing we're going to talk about is horse herding. So we're going to run right next to the wolf. And the wolves will just howl. They won't chase you. So if you're worried if you have to pack on the beast propellants, you won't have to. But it's nice to know that now they won't chase you on the trail. Because I didn't do it the first week. Because I did hear about that going on. But honestly, I totally forgot that the For Grove races gave you summer tokens. So I was like, okay. Yeah, they can't chase you, which is nice. Come around here. Oh, now we got stuck. It's alright, we're not really racing to win here, we're just racing to kind of have fun. Alright, so there you go. We'll come back here. Alright guys, so next we're going to talk about these daily herding horse quests. So obviously you need a herding lure to do so, and then quest lost and found. The animal wandered off too far in the wilderness, and you should help the animal find its way back to the ranch. So I will do, on a normal day, what I'll do is I'll go around, I'll find all the horses, and then I go around and find all the animals around Starshine Ranch, and then just do it all in one shot. Because I believe for herding animals that are around the Starshine Ranch, it's 3 summer tokens, and for the horses, it's 5. Now, I already have 2 of them that are already at the ranch because I was trying to do the quest for the cat. I didn't realize you're not supposed to bring the horse to the ranch, you're supposed to bring the horse to the cat. So I had to go find another horse to rectify that issue. Now, I really don't worry about running into wolves like kind of around here, because if I do, I could just run to the ranch and eventually they'll stop. And I've noticed when you're at least herding horses, they're kind of around the same area at times. Not always, but most of them are like concentrated in one area. Sometimes. At least that's what I found for myself. I don't know if it's different for everyone. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Okay. And so you come back here, and you get 300 XP. Obviously, this horse is trained, so I don't have to worry about that, but And that's the other thing. When you are going into the wilderness, make sure you have a maxed horse with you. As much as or at least if you're going out, like make sure you at least have like tons of beast repellent if you don't have a maxed horse with you. Because your horse might be a little bit slower. It really depends. But if you can get a maxed horse to go with you, at least for like collecting gold and whatnot, do it. And renegade chests and whatnot, because you don't know. Sometimes a wolf can sneak up to you. It could be hiding around the bush and you just don't see it. And you either have to run, or you better hope you have enough beast repellent. Alright, so the chore board. So when I do these, I really don't have like a sense of like, oh, I'll do this like before I go out. I will see like what I have to do for each one. And if it's like, well, even then, it really depends. Like, I think most of the time I've pretty much done this in the middle of all the things I've had to do. Never really, like, started off with this at the end. Because every day it's different. You don't know what you're gonna get. But normally, I just do this, like, in the middle of doing things around the ranch. With all the different things that you can do. So, I don't know if you guys knew this. All these races, both solo and opponent, will give you 3 tokens each. Which is great. But in case you didn't know, now you do. So, make sure you do these and get 12 tokens. All for solo, and then all for opponent. Alright, so when it comes to the new stuff added in the token shops each week, I've done the math for each one, and it basically comes out to 400 tokens for like an entire set. So what I normally do is I don't just, like, I could go ahead and buy these awesome dark green leg wraps, but what I choose to do is wait till I get to 400, and then once I have 400 tokens, I just go ahead and get a whole set. That's just me personally. You could do it however you want, but that's just the way I choose to do it. Alright, so the other thing we're going to talk about is the beach party shop. Apparently this is the last year we're having like the Fort Pinta Beach Festival, which is kind of shocking given how much improvements was made to the beach. I don't know if they're planning to do a different event for next year. But I don't know if all the tokens here will be gone next year. I haven't heard much. So if someone can tell me, because I've been totally out of the loop for like the past 2 weeks in regards to what's going on social media. So if anyone can back this up, please do. I would very much appreciate it. Which is kind of weird to see go. I would love to hear Star Stable's reasoning, like, for ixnaying that event. I get, like, it's kind of hard to, like, do events around, but, I mean, you could add it, like, for, like, a week or two to, like, the Western Camp event, but I really don't know what Star Stable's thinking around there, if they are taking this event away. But if they are, make sure to get these items before they are gone. I will tell you that, at least. So, here's where you can trade daily gold for tokens. I do this last, like, once I'm done, like, I've had enough of gold collecting for the day. I will come here and I'll just quickly run for this, because it's extra tokens. You get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, yeah. I mean, I don't mind trading in some daily gold to get in tokens, especially now that I have, obviously, both chickens, and now I have the pets. I don't mind trading in tokens, but I also don't mind stocking up on gold either. So it's kind of like a personal preference of what you want to do. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys what I do when I have to handle like rough areas, kind of like the mine that have lots of wolves. Let's say if I have to go in and get like a chest, or I have to get wood for a quest. That is one daily quest on the chore board you have to do. This is what I do personally. Again, I have a maxed horse while doing this. I'm obviously not going to fly here blind. So I'm going to show you, and I have like 27, 28 repellents. So it is smart to just keep repellents on hand if you have to do a quest or get a chest here. So we're gonna canter, and we're just gonna book it. Alright, so we're gonna come down here. Jump. And they're all gonna freeze. Alright, now we're gonna go back up here. Here's a quick geode to mine, which, I mean, it's here, so why not? Alright, so I'm gonna run around. Just get any wolves out of the way. And they obviously can't come any closer to me. So that's just how I choose to solve that problem if I have to explore like an area like the mines, like the wolf den. And also sometimes beast repellent will appear. So that's nice to just snag on real quick. And just, especially if you have to like inspect the mines, it's nice just to kind of like have some sort of game plan. So that's how I personally just game plan if I have to go into this area. And I am going to do the wolf dens to show you guys how I handle that. And I will do the bear caves. Alright, so now we're at the wolf den. So I'm going to show you guys how I go about clearing out the wolf dens. So here we go. One wolf's gonna see me. I'm gonna go toward the pack of this 5 wolves. Go around here. Swing myself around. And then just aim for wolves. See, this is the reason why I wanted to do this, so I can show you guys how I get to that chest. Yep, see, if repellents go off, just let them. And we're gonna just come back around and keep going. Because eventually they'll all just get tired and they'll stop chasing you. Just you gotta be prepared. Alright, so we're gonna come around here. I'm gonna go ahead and just take out these few. Also, I find it's good not to make too tight of a turn, because then obviously you'll have to use the beast repellent. So if you can try to like kind of like do this, to kind of make your turns semi-short. Alright, so that one's gonna slow down. And now we can go get the chest, I think. So see how this whole area pretty much just like clears out. Obviously you don't want to stay here too long because they will eventually respawn. So if you do see one respawn, just kind of push it off that way. Just go around and stop. Alright, so we got what we came here for. We could walk up this way because I think I saw a geode. I could be wrong. Nope, there is a geode. Okay. Now this is interesting, and I'm glad we're kind of doing this, because this is going to show you how tricky this can get when you're mining and there's a sleeping wolf next to you. And all of those gold pieces are getting real close to that wolf. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to get the furthest ones away from him, and then one's already going to chase me, and then the second one's chasing me. Yep, on the repellent for that one. But as long as we can outrun one, we're good. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how I clear out the bear caves. Now, obviously, you really don't have to. This is more so, you just kind of have to play it smart. But obviously, if you do need to clear out the bear caves for whatever reason, pictures, with the club, with whatever, this is the way I go about it. So I don't start with the honey hole there, no pun intended. I actually go up this way. I'm going to look for the bear. He should be. Maybe he isn't. Normally there's a bear up here, but I might have chased him away earlier. Oh, see, there's one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come up behind him. And of course, there's a geode there. And if I'm making too tight of a turn, obviously that's what will happen. But actually that works out fine because I can get this geode. Alright, so once I get to this little tree right here, I tend to just slow down and trot. Now, I already cleared out the bears earlier, but normally I'll just go around really kind of like a canter, and then just aim and go. And, yep, see, here's the bear. Now, thankfully, the bears won't really race you as far as the wolves will. They don't have as much stamina as the wolves. See, he stops pretty quick. So if you ever have to clear out an area, the bear cave is the place to do it. But you won't get a lot of gold there. I will tell you that. So definitely don't look for that area to necessarily clear out. Alright, you guys, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am so happy to be back doing videos. I'm very sad that I couldn't record the updates for you guys that I missed while I was gone. But I actually did kind of enjoy just playing the game and having like a moment just to kind of enjoy the game and then learn about this event. And now I can give you some of my tips to you guys. So hopefully they help. Next week, I believe it's the last week of the Western Camp, and it's also the Fort Pinta Beach Festival is back with a new race, and I think a permanent race that's being kept there. I have no idea. I have to go back and look, but it's going to be fun regardless. However, next week's video might be delayed a little bit because I do have a procedure the day before, and I don't know how I will feel the next day. So it might be slightly delayed. But otherwise, we are pretty much back in business, you guys. So as always, remember to keep positive. Happy trails, everyone. I will see you in the next video. Bye!